there, Saints fans. Welcome back to Talking Saints. Back in the studio, catching up on our New Orleans Saints.
And
And
it's been a while, but we're here back. Back here to give you some good coverage on free agency and some updates. To our coaching staff and
sure, sure. And, I think a lot of our show is, makes it, I guess not different, but, we could talk about stuff that people have already told you. Like, we'll go over the coaching a little bit, but, most of these coaches, somebody's told you about it, and they've told you about it better than we could have.
yeah, that's
Some of these coaches we don't really know about that well. And we'll kind of get into coaching later on, but we're going to go over our opinion, because that's what we're really,
yeah.
what our opinions, our thoughts on it that make it, I guess, special. But we're going to jump more into free agency because coaching's fun. We'll talk about that later, like I said. But the big thing right now is NFL free agency, and we waited a little bit until NFL free agency had kind of
Started to
begun, and
unshake a little bit. So
it's been I say it's been what I thought it would be, but we a little more, maybe a little more than what I thought. And
yeah, I mean we definitely made some moves. You know, uh, we brought in a safety that I feel just is pretty darn good. Tremendous safety.
oh yeah, I'm excited about that.
Didn't entirely break the bank on him either.
I think you got to start off with what made this all possible, and that's the restructuring
Oh
of Derek
goodness.
Carr's contract. So we did restructure
Yeah,
Derek Carr.
and I get it. I hear, oh, Derek Carr another year sort of thing, and I it's a little upsetting that we weren't able to move on from him. But from a just a money aspect side of it, I get pushing some of that money to next year to make us a little more competitive this year and being able to sign and field a team that can go out there and win a couple ball games.
Sure, and one thing I'm excited about in terms of about these contracts, other than real quick, we re-signed Dante Pettis. Cool, and that's a good
Yeah, I mean,
good
I'd
backup
like
kick
to see
returner and
him
help him.
return and maybe
Sure,
Sheed's more involved in the pass game, can
and
stay healthy,
I'm
and
I'm pretty sure he was a 1 year contract, but
mhm.
but other than him, all these guys have at least 3 year contracts, which shouldn't really do anything to us for the first couple years, in terms of taking up cap. But the big thing is Carr,
Yeah,
and it's going to be interesting to see what we do next year. The Jets just released Aaron Rodgers, and they have a lot of dead
they
money.
have to pay
Hmm.
him $49 million this year or something
And
like that.
we're gonna see something similar to that next year. I think. I don't think Carr will be on the team next year, unless, I mean, God forbid, God forbid he's good, you know, and he's actually worthy of staying around, which I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think
No,
it's going to
I
happen.
think also the fans have
They've
kind of
moved on
made their
from.
minds up. I
Hmm.
mean, this guy can go out there and win 10 games, and I mean, truthfully, it's still can do better. He is what he is.
He's not the future though.
He's somewhere between mediocre to slightly less than mediocre, and that's what we're dealing with. So
Sure, sure.
people are tired of that, but hey, I mean, if it keeps us somewhat competitive next year, and
Yeah, I mean, like you said, unfortunately, I don't think we'll be vying for a top quarterback next year's draft, unless he's just that bad. Which I want to get one of the top quarterbacks. One of our coaches, I guess, just a little jump ahead, is Doug Nussmeier, our
yeah,
offensive coordinator, and his son is wearing one of those LSU helmets as a starting quarterback for the Tigers. And I'll say he'll probably be a first round pick next year.
he
Things can
probably
change,
will.
but
He's
it'd be cool to have him
we
in the
won't
black
go
and
too
gold
much
with his
into
dad
his
as the coach. But
college career, but yeah, he's a guy who's building off of a pretty solid season, and if he makes a good jump, then maybe he goes up there, in the top 10 of next
hmm
year. We'll see.
yeah, next year's going to be a good year to replace a quarterback though
Yeah.
in the draft. But lo and behold, free agency is here though. Monday kicked off. In fact, early. I think I woke up at 6:30,
Yeah.
rolled over to see the New Orleans Saints had already traded for somebody, and it's interesting. Before when Sean Payton was coach, he wouldn't have heard this, but we traded for an LSU player, former
Right.
LSU player,
And that is Devon Godcho. Is that how you say
Gacho.
it?
I think EEAUX
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
O, so I think it's
I
Gacho.
mean, that's pretty good. I actually have a buddy who's a Patriots fan, and he said he's a pretty good run stopper. And we did kind of struggle against the run last year. I mean, you could say we struggled everywhere
Isn't
on
that
every
weird
side
though?
of the ball.
Like the Saints for the longest time, like that was
Yeah.
our identity on our defense was
But
you
then
couldn't run the ball on
the
us.
last 2 years, it's just been kind of
You know who killed
petering
that
off.
for us?
Miles Sanders,
And
Jalen Hurts.
yeah, we had what was it like 30 something games without
Yeah,
a
it was ridiculous. It was
without a
several
100-yard
years.
runner.
Yeah, and then they did it twice in one game.
Yeah, I remember that game. That game sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, building up that middle of the line, Brzee, he should have hopefully, oh man, another coaching. We'll talk about that later on, but we have a really good D-line coach now. So him and Brzee, hopefully Brzee can learn more of the
Yeah.
run stopping because he's great with everything else. A little more polishing on that run defense is
Yeah,
what I hope to
and
see.
I think we may be moving to that different scheme. So
Yeah, the 3-4, and to be honest with you, don't know much about
yeah,
it.
We don't
We haven't seen much of it. We're
schemes and formations and stuff like that. That's see, we've never actually played football like that. Where,
really
No, we haven't.
we haven't played football. I'm sure you couldn't tell.
I know we're both. I know on the camera you can't tell, but we're not 6'3". We're actually like 5'9", 5'10".
The secret's out. This camera is actually sitting on the floor.
Yeah, short kings over here. Yeah.
No.
Now that I think about it, I know it's past just a couple minutes ago, but a trivia question for you.
Let's hear
You
it.
said Miles Sanders broke that 100-yard streak. Do you know who the last one to do it was before then?
Before him, can you tell me what team?
At the time, it was the Redskins.
Was it Adrian Peterson?
Mm-mm,
No.
Mm-mm. No, he went to the Redskins after the Saints.
That's
But
right. That's right. That's
It
right.
was Samaje Perine.
That's right.
I think it was.
Uh
It was
oh.
before 2017, I think.
We got just this is the middle of free agency, so I do want to just kind of
Yeah,
keep
he's gotta check his phone. So apparently we're in the
nothing special, nothing's going on. We
we
just
may be in the Cooper Cup sweepstakes, but
not
we'll go
necessarily.
ahead
Maybe
and
maybe.
shift back to our guys that we have re-signed. So also, we re-signed Chase Young. I know that it looks like a lot of money. 3 years, was it $51 million?
Yeah, I
Seems
have
like
his
a lot.
contract pulled up right here.
He didn't put it all. He didn't really put it all together last year. He had a lot of pressures, but he didn't really get those sacks. But he's still a young player, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
I didn't
Yeah.
mean
Wow.
to-
Look at there.
he's got a lot of potential. And maybe you have it. That D line coach comes in and coaches him up. I wasn't happy with our defensive line coach last year. He was pretty bad.
Yeah, and I guess because I won't cover it too, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about him. But just because we've talked about two D linemen so far, but Bo Davis is a LSU guy, and he made LSU. They now have a great defense last year. A lot better than the year before, but he made I'd say an average D line look a lot better than it actually was. So for young guys like Brzee, I know we got a Ridgeway.
Yeah.
Was it Christian Boyd?
Oh yeah, and Nathan Shepard.
Yeah, we extend. Oh yeah, I forgot about
We
Nathan Shepard.
were
We
not
extended him. I don't know
super
how.
happy about that. Honestly, just some character issues. I don't like the. He
Yeah.
had 2 unnecessary roughness calls last year, and
Whether he was trying to or not,
he's
it's
making a good chunk of change too, which is.
yeah. I'm not too excited about it, but at the same time, I'm hoping these guys that we've been getting are going to replace him. Kind of make him not see the field. But again, Bo Davis is on the field. Is our coach. All these D linemen. It's like when you play Madden and you level up your coordinator. It makes all the other players better.
Mm-hmm.
This is that kind of coordinator. He's going to make all your other players look better. Boost their stats. I guess you could say.
I'm excited to see it. I don't know. I think the way the 3-4 defense works is we also use a linebacker more as a blitzer. So
Yeah, I see Chase Young fitting the. It's that kind of that more athletic edge.
yeah,
He could definitely play that position a little more. And then another guy you could see there. I mean, you talked about it was Demario Davis kind of fitting that role. He's a great blitzer. He's a great blitzer.
pass rusher. Him and Alontae Taylor. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Alontae Taylor is the edge rusher.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That'd be
It'd
something.
be exciting to see. And then there was also another, signing that we had that to me was just an absolute head scratcher.
Here, real quick, before you get to that, it was a 3-year, $51 million contract. I think it's good. I mean, you look at how
That's
these.
what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear
Yeah,
you.
you're good.
I was either way. I was confirming it then. But what I think is interesting is you see a lot of these talented edge rushers getting these massive deals. I mean,
Yeah.
Myles Garrett and Max Crosby are getting these massive deals. I mean, making Drew Brees contracts back in the day look like
Yeah.
steals, but
Inflation,
and
I
if he was,
guess,
but yeah,
and
the inflation is crazy.
That cap number for the salary cap has gone up a lot.
A ton,
And
and I
it's
hope it
still
continues
gonna
to go up
continue
because
to go.
it benefits us.
And,
But
it's been a pain for a lot of people, a lot of viewers to go and find the game and watch it on stuff. But it's part of that is due to having packages with like Amazon and Peacock and
I'll take the more
other
cap space.
exclusives. Yeah,
But,
you get to see your guys. You can re-sign guys like Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson
That's what I was
got
saying,
a
that's,
3-year, $30 million contract.
And Evan Ingram just got signed for a lot less than that.
Yeah, I sent it to y'all. I'll have to find it.
It's terrible.
I'm not a fan of it at all.
It's awful. I mean, he's been with us for what, 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, and then even then
And he was a Sean Payton guy that has never panned out. Like, I don't get it.
it's 21 million guaranteed with a signing bonus of 11 million.
We got fleeced.
I don't understand why we gave him that kind of contract.
His agent is a Hall of Famer.
He's
Gotta be.
And I just realized this. I'm looking at it right here. He's 29 years old.
That's crazy.
Why are we giving a 29-year-old tight end when this tight end draft is going to be,
There's like
there's
at least 8 guys in there that are going to be better than him. Like,
yeah, I don't get it.
I hope that he figures it out and he plays well. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, no, I don't.
am rooting for
It's
him.
not the
He's a
character.
saint. I like him as
It's
a
the
person.
contract.
It's just a head scratcher as far as contracts go, man.
I mean,
I don't get it.
like I said,
It's too much money.
way too much money. But here's the thing. I know we save. I mean, we don't, but we technically save money because he was going to have a big dead cap hit.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that's.
does
the way
it
you need to
worth?
operate.
Is it
Yeah.
worth what that was? I don't know.
Just bite
Juwan
the
Johnson
bullet.
was our leader in receiving yards last year, and he really cut it on towards the end of the season.
Yeah. That
You know,
last 3-game stretch he had was good.
let me ask you this, theoretically here. Juwan Johnson, the stretch he played at the very end, he plays that the whole season. Is it
done
worth the
that-
contract?
He's done that like 3 times. He
Sure.
had, like,
But I'm
stretch
asking
like
you if he does what he did. I don't see
Sure.
where I can check it
Yeah,
out. Right?
I would say that it is, but
I would like to see more touchdowns from him, be a bigger red zone target, and
he's
then
never had 800 yards in a season, 700 yards in a season. That's
I mean, I agree with you, but I'm saying, in terms of what I'm thinking, what are the Saints thinking? If Kellen Moore wants him, maybe he sees something.
We also let Valdez Scantling walk away for $5 million a year.
Yeah, I'm not.
I get it. There'll be comparable receivers out there in free agent for the same amount of money.
Sure, and you know what? Here's what we'll do. After this next guy, we're going to take a look at some of the available free agents right now.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, nobody else, I'm checking Twitter right now just because, if something pops up, I'll let you know. But as of now, nothing new for the Saints. Looks like Aaron Rodgers is sitting on the beach somewhere, mulling where he wants to go. What a goofy dude.
Doing some sort of illegal drugs.
I can't stand him. But look, there was a big signing, and I remember, it'd been kind of a slow day for us. We had gotten Chase Young the night before. I was excited about that. We had gotten, the Juwan Johnson signing wasn't my favorite. No one really loved it.
Setting me up for
Yeah.
a Dante Pettis.
No. That'd be funny if I hit it.
Okay. I thought he was setting me up. Yeah, we re-signed Dante Pettis.
No, we actually signed a safety, and I think you need to have a strong safety because we've had kind of Will Harris was good, but he went to the Commanders. Good for him. Good contract for him. But we signed an actual top safety in this draft, and that former Chief, former teammate, I think he's almost followed the same exact path as
Texans.
is Tyrann. Other than Tyrann had the Cardinals on his belt.
Cardinals, yeah.
But we signed Justin Reed.
Awesome, good signing.
I love it.
We got
Yeah.
a backup kicker now too.
Have you seen the dude?
Actually, he's done kickoffs.
I know. Oh, really? I didn't. Oh, yeah, that's right. 'Cause that way they didn't get injured.
If we had Darren Rizzi here, he'd probably have Justin Reed.
Well, we signed, in terms of special teams coaches, the guy who replaced Rizzi was pretty much his backup the past couple years, or his assistant. So hopefully we can, Rizzi, we're going to miss him in terms of his energy and what he kind of brought to the special teams. And we hope he does well. Yeah, we hope he does well where he's at.
Broncos country.
We knew that was going to
That's
happen,
right.
but good for him. Hopefully he can get a head coaching job one day. But I am glad he's not our head coach. No offense, Rizzi. I like Moore. I'm excited for the Moore era for the Saints. But a part of that is the 3-4 defense, and having this other star safety beside Tyrann.
I think our safeties are set. I really want to go and figure something out at corner.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Will Johnson or I know you want Asante Samuel. I know he's going to be pricey, especially after that.
Well, I'll say the only reason I
J.C.
think
Horn signing.
the only reason I think he'd be more affordable than he actually is because he had a pretty big. I don't know. I read where he had an injury last season.
Oh, okay.
So maybe he comes and
We'll
signs
see.
some kind of deal.
We couldn't afford Paulson though.
Yeah, Paulson got some
So
money,
he got
man.
some
Good for
money.
Paulson.
But
I'm gonna miss
hopefully,
Paulson.
I'd be cool with taking Will Johnson.
The Giants, though.
Or
Ugh.
yeah, that's terrible. He's just chasing a bag.
Good for him, though.
I could see Will Johnson, or maybe even bringing in a veteran, because our cornerback room is young. Like Stephon Gilmore probably has lost a step, but hey,
he'd be a good veteran to teach these guys.
He's still a decent corner,
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's got the technique. He can't the fundamentals. That's there.
He's probably in his Jackrabbit era.
I take it. I take it. I would imagine we move Taylor back to slot, which is weird because he was so good on the outside his first 2 years, and they moved him to slot, and then they kind of didn't figure it out, and then he moved him back to outside, and he just lost it.
The whole year was just wipe it away and start.
I've been having that. We've kind of had that whole mindset.
It was a horrible year for Alontae Taylor, and I love Alontae. I've seen so much potential in him, so hopefully he can kind of rebound and have a good year. Kool-Aid, he played decent last year.
Kool-Aid's
I want to see him take that next step.
He'll take that next step, dude.
Kool-Aid's he really did show something last year, but
how are you gonna? There's no way a guy with the name Kool-Aid McKinstry is gonna be bad.
I mean, and also wild card Rico Payton.
And Shamar Jean-Charles is always out there.
Is he on the team though?
As of
I'm confused about
4:00 p.m. today, he was a free agent.
Okay, yeah. See, I hope he comes back. I like Shamar Jean-Charles.
Yeah, me too, and I think we could totally have him back. I don't, to be honest with you, don't know much about the cornerbacks in this draft, other than I know Will Harris, or Will Johnson. And, I heard that he could be very good. He'll probably be in our area.
A lock to be a day one starter.
So I'll take it.
Bowler.
I'll take it. Take it. Someone to replace Lattimore at on a rookie contract.
And we truly, looking at our team, I mean, we really only need one more member to join the secondary.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
I agree. We need someone to replace, Kool-Aid or
Lattimore, Adebo, Ugo Amadi.
Kool-Aid was
Those are all
was Adebo's replacement, or we figured he was going to be if we didn't re-sign him, he was going to be the replacement. Here he is, ready to roll. Lattimore's gone. We need somebody to replace him. Hopefully, Will Johnson can. If we end up drafting him, he'd be that guy.
We'll see. That's kind of
but I'll say our safeties.
one of our few guys we want.
I like the safety room. You got Justin Reed, you got Tyrann, which is having these two guys. Maybe
maybe we don't take Malachi Starks now.
I don't think so.
I
don't
thought
think
it was
so.
a possibility, but
If we would take Malachi Starks, I would hope we would have
think you
traded
can
back for him. But
scratch that off. You can kind of see what our team needs now already through free agency.
Before it was
Wide
very
receiver,
wide.
Wide receiver corner seems to jump off the board for me.
Me too.
Our guy, also Tet McMillan.
Oof. I hope we can get Tet McMillan. If he falls to us and he goes past us,
those are our big two.
very sad.
We both like Ashton Genty too, but I know it's hard to draft a running back that early in the first round, especially when you have a guy like AK and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Kendry Miller on the team.
Yeah,
It seems like we're set at running back, but hey, man, you get a generational guy. You saw Saquon Barkley put the Eagles over the edge. And,
If Genty hits the team and that if
He's-
draft night comes around and they call Genty's name, I'm not gonna be upset.
he's a generational talent.
I'm not gonna be
I would
upset.
hate to see him on the Panthers. I would. But they just signed someone.
Yeah, I don't think the Panthers. I could see I think the
Rico
only team
Dowdle.
that I could think I heard the Raiders might take him.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, really, who knows? The draft is such. There's going to be. I mean, people have been talking about the fact that Shador might fall to us. I mean, I'd be okay
Why
with
not?
it. I mean, why not? I was talking to a coworker of ours today, and I'm under the mindset that anybody that has a premium NFL last name, like when I say like
Yeah.
top, there's no way they're going to be bad. Like they can't. Like the NFL's not going to allow
I
it.
mean, I kind of understand it, dude. I
I
don't think he fails.
do you think in any universe?
I mean, he's an accurate quarterback too. Say what you want about
Sure,
him.
sure.
People
Do you
talk all about him, but
Do you think in
he's
any
accurate.
universe, one of the Mannings are going to be bad? You know what I mean? Like the NFL would not allow a bad Manning. Like, especially, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? I wouldn't hate taking him. I don't think he's going to be there. I really think one of those top 3 teams is going to take him. But
Yeah.
if he goes past those top 3 teams,
Well, I think the Browns got their quarterback today. Kenny Pickett.
oh yeah,
Maybe that was yesterday. I don't know.
yeah, Whew. yeah. Kenny Pickett. Whew. That's
Myles Garrett's like, all right, I want to compete for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they held the bag out
First
and-
move after signing Myles Garrett was signing Kenny Pickett.
I mean, they are bringing in. They're looking to interview Russ today. That's sad. Poor Russ.
I feel so bad for Russ.
But I'll say, as far as we're going, I agree with you. The pick is starting to be a little less,
Yeah.
It's clouded.
It's getting more predictable. A little less unpredictable. There we go.
Sure. I would have thought we'd have probably taken edge rusher, but we got really Granderson.
Chase Young.
Chase Young's really been. I think we
Jordan
stay away
Taylor.
from that. Safety's there now. We're not. I think we stay away from safety. I could defensive tackle unless one of the Mason Graham falls.
Yeah,
I see that going out the way.
It'd have to be like Mason Graham or Abdul Carter falling, and it's not.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
They're
for
not gonna
sure.
be there.
I mean, who knows? I mean,
could
really, who
see-
knows? I could.
Like if it's a defensive lineman, I could see us taking the best player available. I don't see us taking the best offensive lineman available.
No,
I
I mean,
don't see
unless
us
it's
moving on from Penning.
I don't either. My whole thing with Penning is if he plays really well next year, and somehow he gets outpriced or whatever, right?
Very possible.
Yeah, sure, and I hope that's the case. I hope he plays well enough to get a good contract, because that means we've done at least at that position good. But I do hope we get
A guard. No.
well guard. But I hope we get if we get at least somebody for the future in terms of tackle.
Yeah.
One of the first 3 rounds, maybe. Hopefully we can get someone to help with the depth. Maybe somebody that's
Yeah,
versatile, can play multiple positions.
I mean, we don't really have that guy on the team right now who can back up at left or right tackle. So it's an off-season need. I know we don't always prioritize backups, but I mean, with the health of the Saints the last few years, it feels mandatory.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna
we
pull
also
up
got
the.
a new trainer.
Oh
We
yeah.
got that trainer from the Rams and the Eagles. Like we fired.
Yeah.
our,
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
our medical staff or medical team.
Yeah. That guy was just like, yeah, do like 3 push-ups and you're good. You're ready to run.
Yeah.
I was for a second. The way you were speaking to me, it was the exact tone you give me when you're messing with me.
Oh, really?
So I was like, what? Wait, who's like? I was like, I don't know. Is this like a joke? You messing with me? But let's take a look at this. We're gonna go over some of the remaining free agents and who we think might fit the team. We talked about Cooper Kupp.
And
Sure.
I'd love to have him. We can go ahead and talk about wide receiver. I think guys like Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen are probably going to be priced out of our range.
I think Cooper Kupp falls in that spot too, though.
it's close, but I think old vet like Amari Cooper, or even Mike Williams, somebody who can just kind of go and get the ball when you throw it up. And I think Amari Cooper is maybe like he's older. He's been around for a while, but I still think he's
Sure.
only 31 or 32.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I'd be happy with any of those guys. But past that, you got Mike Williams here. Robert Woods. I mean, there's not really any. There's not really much. There's not really much in terms of wide receivers available. You got these just kind of these older guys.
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
You could teach Chris Olave how to not take a hit.
That would be nice. Just immediately catch the ball and fall.
He's somebody.
I mean, it's true. It's a similar.
Got experience, and he's kind of got similar play style to our boys now, which you want something different, but
yeah.
I mean that would actually be big for the growth of those wide receivers that we have.
Like you and I really expected us to bring back, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, but hopefully. We're going to address wide receiver in one way or shape or fashion, whether that's the draft or not. There's a couple big wide receivers I could see. What's the Trey Harris, wide receiver from, Ole Miss? I could see us taking him. But we need a wide receiver for sure.
Luther Burton or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know if he's a big guy. But I don't know. There's a Ohio State wide receiver out there. We've had some success with those guys.
Yeah.
I don't think it's taking a quarterback.
I could see us figuring something out at outside linebacker since we're doing 3-4.
Sure.
Maybe Zadarius Smith or Matthew Judon would be one I think would be great for us. He didn't have a crazy year last year, but he's been one of the best in the league at what he does. So if we can have him on a decent deal,
they got. That'd
be real good.
There's a couple. I mean, Tracy, Kavion Chason. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of guys who are kind of in their 30s, kind of on that hill. Do you want to bring them in?
Probably what we're in the market for. One of those older guys that
Zadarius Smith.
Maybe only have 1 or 2 more productive years, but
yeah, I mean, there's Jerome Baker's out there. I mean, there's a couple guys. I mean, there's nothing's like guaranteed. With our linebackers, I mean, I wouldn't hate for us to bring in a linebacker.
Yeah. It seems inevitable. I mean, we only have, Demario Davis and Pete Warner.
Isaiah Simmons is out there.
Sewell,
Isaiah Simmons.
Nephi Sewell's not our guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking. There's nothing. I mean, Willie Gay's, maybe we bring him back just to kind of figure it out. I think he's going back to the Chiefs, honestly. But we could also address that in the draft. I think what we need to address in the free agency is guard. I think we've my guy. I hope we target. And I think a lot of Saints fans want us is
cool
Mekhi Becton.
Yeah,
versatile guy. I think he was drafted to be a tackle, and they kind of moved him into guard.
Mm-hmm.
Follow his former offensive coordinator. He was on the Eagles last year when they won a Super Bowl, and he could be a guy that we could use in that versatile position of maybe having him start at tackle if somebody goes down. Hopefully, nobody goes down. Yeah. But in that guard position,
Brandon Scherf and Shaq Mason both have decent careers.
Veteran guys, you could totally bring on.
I mean, Brandon Scherf is a stud. Shaq Mason's kind of been pittering off a little bit, but I still think he's somebody you could plug in and they could hold their own at guard.
I could see springing. I mean, we talked about it a little bit. I would imagine we'd have brought him back by now, but maybe we bring Lucas Patrick back.
Versatile guy who can play left guard, center, right guard. I mean, that's.
I'm surprised Cam Robinson he was the Jaguar. They traded him to the Vikings. There's Andrews Pete up there. Andrews Pete's up there. I wouldn't mind bringing Andrews Pete back at a cheap deal.
That'd be awesome.
I didn't know he was I guess I knew he was a free agent, but
I wouldn't want him exactly to start, but I mean, if you have to put him in there, he does all right usually. Mm-hmm. Left tackle, left guard.
Let's see. So who's then? Like I said, in other positions, I would want us to. Like I said, safety's good. Linebacker, sure. Defensive tackle, I think we're probably going to address that in the draft. I'd want us to, same thing with maybe edge, address it in the draft. But cornerback, I'd like for us to pick up another cornerback.
Yeah, either draft or free agency. I think if we don't sign anyone going into the draft, I think it's pretty apparent who we want.
Yeah, I think we'll take a cornerback. Whether it's Will Johnson or somebody else. Like I said, we've been talking about Asante Samuel, but another guy we could bring back who maybe is a former face of the team who had probably his breakout year here and was playing for the 49ers last year. I don't think anything won the 49ers worked out.
49ers with Brandon Staley?
That is true. Isaac Edom. Hey there, Saints fan. Just want to say we did, in fact, sign Isaac Edom to a 3-year deal. Great cornerback depth there. We were pretty excited about it. We did call it first. I just want to say, I don't think anyone else broke it before we did, even though we technically haven't released the video yet. We also signed Jack Stoll, blocking tight end for the Saints. And he was originally an Eagle. He's played for a couple teams, but good blocking tight end for help out our run game. I don't know if that's a lock for the team, but we'll see there. We also signed Louisiana native and former Saint Will Clapp. Legendary name. Glad to have him back on the team. Bunch of Louisiana boys on the team now. But finally, a big one we saw. We're now, not a signature or a signing, but we actually are in the running right now, allegedly, for Cooper Kupp. I don't know how realistic that is for the team. I think he'll probably go to the Seahawks or another team. You know how it always is. Saints. We don't ever get those big signings, but that's fine. I'm excited to bring back Isaac Gidham, though. Definitely some great cornerback depth. Maybe even a potential starter, or at least something to help with the loss of Paulson Adebo. But who knows? Who knows? We still could address another corner. Hopefully, we get in a wide receiver. I really hope we can get a better guard, but we'll see. We'll see. But other than that, guys, let's get back to the show. I would love for us to bring Isaac Gidham back. He played pretty solid for us. I would not hate to have.
That would be.
It makes too much sense.
If we don't go out and sign one of these top guys or draft anyone. If we are confident in Kool-Aid and Alante, it makes sense to bring back Isaac Edom. Like if you're wanting to run it with these two guys because you think they're your future, you go and bring him back.
I don't know if he fits our what we want anymore, but Avonte Maddox, we brought. We almost did.
Wasn't he one that we signed last year?
Yeah, we signed him, and we actually didn't.
He was a safety corner hybrid.
I could see us bringing him back as well.
Yeah. But I'm all in on Stephon Gilmore. Just if we're just putting a Band-Aid on the situation, Stephon Gilmore seems like the 1 year plug and play type of guy.
Yeah, but other than that,
Asante Samuel would be great. Sign him to a multi-year deal if you can
I'd
figure it out and it's
I'd love it.
Team friendly, but truthfully, I think we have maybe cap room this year. Maybe one more bigger signing.
Sure.
Like one more guy making 10 to 15 mil.
I don't blame. I don't see anything as out of the option for Mickey Loomis and the cap space. Wizardry pulls with that.
Somewhat conservative, but can give us one more impactful player. Like I'm thinking, like if we sign Cooper Kupp, it completely changes my outlook on the team. Like I'm here thinking we'll get like 5 or 6 wins next year, do enough to be competitive in most games. If we go and sign someone like Cooper Kupp, I'm like, all right, let's make a run for this division.
Yeah, I mean our division sucks. I mean, but again,
outside of the Bucks,
Cooper Kupp's grandpa apparently played for us. Apparently,
it's his birthday today.
I looked it up. He also played for the Falcons.
Oh God.
So there's always that. What about? I mean, just we don't have much more, but I'm throwing this out here. I mean, 31 years old, former New Orleans Saint. You bring Brandon Cooks back?
I don't think he wants to.
I don't think he does either.
But he'd want to come back. I
think that's about it though, huh? I mean, we're not signing any more tight ends. O-line maybe. I hope we get a guard.
A guard would be great.
Linebacker, sure. Cornerback, sure. Safety, no safeties. I think we're good at safety.
Yeah.
You could probably address linebacker in the draft.
There'll probably be another kicker punter competition this year, but
yeah. But yeah, I'm excited about this draft. We have a lot going. The future, and this is with every draft, but the future of our team depends on this draft.
Expectations have been low, so it's a different outlook on the off season. I don't know. I feel like I can almost be more excited knowing that we don't have Super Bowl aspirations.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, there's no way, but it's exciting going into the season with
see stuff like, oh, we didn't sign anyone. Oh, dang it. Now I'm like, we can sign someone or not sign someone or draft someone.
It makes you
not draft someone. We'll be all right.
Because we know that we're building towards the future in terms of trying to get more under the Well, we have cap space next year. Hold on. Let me repeat that. We have cap space. As of now, we have cap space next year.
Weird.
Isn't that weird? Like, no, I'm sorry. Positive cap space.
Like 42 million. I'm sure with a few people we've signed, that's going down a good.
Yeah, sure, but
it's gonna be
that's with
positive.
Cars crap included. So if we
Don't
cut
get
him, we would
started
save
on
like
Derek
10 million, maybe like that, something like that. I don't
I think it
know.
was 19.
So you go.
yeah.
We eat something, but we still. I mean,
Yeah, we eat $40 million, but I think $20 million is what we save.
$20.
If we save $20 by cutting Derek Carr, cut him right now.
$20. Okay, I'll take it. But
I think
anyways,
we should start like a GoFundMe to like the city of New Orleans to pay off that debt. Just
Maybe,
to get
sure.
Derek Carr out a year early.
I don't know.
Chat.
I don't think
would
we
you
could
be
raise
willing
enough.
to help us raise $40 million to get Derek Carr out of here a year early.
I'll pitch in $10.
I'll pitch in 20.
Well, look at her big spender over here.
Yeah.
Real quick, just to go over it, and just like I said, we had Bo Davis, Doug Nussmeier's our offensive, coach, but not our offensive play caller. That will go to, Kellen Moore. I'm excited about his offense. I'm excited about this. We kind of talked about it some, but the big one, and I know you're a little on the fence about it, but Brandon Staley.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what he can do with our players. Changing the defensive scheme. This is what we have is a little stale.
I agree. I think
But
he brings.
I just haven't been the biggest fan of his personality as a head coach. He really puts off Dennis Allen vibes for me.
Which is fine, in my opinion,
Yeah.
for a defensive coordinator.
I just hope he's talented and he brings a lot to the table.
I think he
We'll see.
brings the modern defense. I think he's bringing the modern defense of the NFL with him.
He's someone I'm just on the fence about.
Sure, that's fair.
That's truth be told.
He's had a lot. I mean,
we'll wait and see. I mean, if we could blown out week one, I'm there with like, what do you call it? The pitchforks and torches and week one. That's what you got. Show me something.
Who we play in week one? We don't know. Who are our opponents? I mean, I know, completely off topic.
AFC East. Maybe we'll play the Bills week one. We'll show them what's up.
Yeah, here you go. Here's our opponents. We're still looking it up. You can see it right now for the Saints 2025. So you're looking at our opponents right now. Tell me what you're seeing. Who are these guys? Oh my gosh, why is this so like zoomed in for us? There we go. It's a little better. I mean, our home opponent. Hopefully didn't you say you hope we start with an away game? Just so people can't get booed, at least we can go into it with like a win or
yes.
a very fiery
I think
boom.
Somehow we win week one and it's an away game. Like there's there's more fanfare at the Dome week two.
Okay, well, real quick, tell me which one of these away games is winnable.
Is that on the bottom?
Yeah. The Dolphins?
The Titans?
Maybe.
The Titans?
Not the Bills.
Maybe
Not the
Panthers.
Rams.
Oh, the Seahawks suck.
Yeah.
They got rid of everybody.
Not the Bills. Not the Rams. Bears. Who knows? They look like they've been building something.
Yeah, they got a heck of a defensive coordinator too.
Yeah.
Dennis
Tampa,
Allen.
sure. I mean, we've been going in. There's no way we play in Tampa. First game. There's just no way. Carolina, maybe. Atlanta, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't see any of those being. Maybe. I don't know. Actually.
I think we get one of those 12 o'clock games. We're either going to start against the New York Giants or the Carolina Panthers, just so we're not on TV.
Yeah.
We're like, nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to start the season watching the Saints, or the Panthers. We'll just make them play each other.
Honestly, it's not a tough schedule. The Jets are going to suck. The Giants are going to suck. Patriots, I don't think they're going to be great.
They got better.
The 49ers lost their entire team.
Yeah.
Honestly, you look at our home opponents.
Oh, we're not going to make season predictions right now.
I know.
We'll wait till
look
after
at
the
that.
offseason.
Our home opponents, that's an easy home schedule. Even our road schedule. In a weak division, like you said, adding a big guy like Cooper Kupp with
That
this.
is a
Gosh.
easy home schedule.
Drew Brees would be 17-0 in this schedule with this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it'd just be Bill. If Drew Brees was on the Saints, it'd be like Saints Bills preview the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for real. But look, free agency's gone. It's been fun so far. Like I said, I didn't expect this to do much, but we've done. I'm excited about getting Chase Young back. Juwan Johnson. Maybe there's something there for Kellen Moore, but I'm not exactly a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Godshaw, I'm excited about. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Nathan Shepard, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Hope he.
Well, let's just hope that we can find a few more pieces in free agency and draft well, and we'll call this offseason a success.
Sure, and I think we talked about it.
Yep.
If these you don't get anybody unless they're helpful for you 3 years in the future. We've signed every one of these guys to 3-year deals.
Exactly.
I guess Mickey watches this. Hey, Mickey.
They listen to me.
Good job, Mickey.
So, to recap, guard, wide receiver, corner. That's
Do
our
that.
offseason goals.
Mickey, get them.
And then
Let's roll. And then, if
tackle
you
would be
want
nice
to
too.
throw a nice cherry on top of a, rookie running back to replace. Sure, Ashton Genty. There's an Ohio State running back out there. We like those Ohio State boys.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Who knows? That's what's so exciting. We suck so bad we could do anything and it will benefit our team.
Card.
We could draft anybody and you can be like, yeah, that's gonna help. Linebacker, cornerback, edge rusher. Sure, they're gonna replace somebody.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll go get ourselves a Peyton Turner.
no, oh my gosh, he's gone. Thank God, he's gone. Uh-oh. We got any news? Any news? Well, no news as of 7:30 on Wednesday night.
Central Time.
So if anything pops up, I don't really do much of the tweeting thing. I have a Falcon Saints Twitter, and you can go and subscribe to it or follow it or whatever, and maybe I'll start posting stuff on the Talking Saints Twitter. Who knows? I mean, I don't, I'd probably just keep retweeting stuff. We're not a breaking news kind of group. We're more of a reactive kind of group, which that's fair, I think.
For now.
Watch
your back, Ross Jackson.
We're only 12.
I'm just kidding.
yeah, Ross and John and all you. We're only 12 subscribers away from hitting 200. So you know what?
Wow.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, it really is. I count that as a W. I thought we'd have 100 by now at least. So having almost 200, that's pretty neat. It's kind of fun. But look.
Thanks, Mom.
Like I said, most of the time, I don't expect you to be watching this long. But if you are, we want to know, who do you want us to sign? Whoever's left in free agency, realistically, right? Who do you want us to sign? And then the draft is coming up. Now that you kind of see the path ahead of you, who do you want us to draft? It's a big decision for the future of this team. And if you were at the front office, if you were the GM of the New Orleans Saints, who would you take? Let us know in the comments down below. Alex, what do you have for us?
Oh, nothing much. Just, remember to like and comment and, subscribe, share us, help us grow.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Appreciate that. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.
Talking